the election is going to happen in the next 8 days. And with just a few days to the Osun State governorship elections, attention is on the Independent National Electoral Commission and its readiness to conduct a free, fair, and credible election. And with me right now, or rather, we're in our office, is Mrs. Babalola, the INEC rec official. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
A lot of persons are asking, how ready is INEC for a free, fair, and credible election?
Thank you very much. INEC Osun is ready to conduct a free, fair, credible, inclusive, and transparent election. We started several programs before the election, before this period, to enable us to be able to deliver on our mandate. We have been involved in massive voter education using multiple media channels, and we are focused on the electorate to train them and to educate them on how, where, and when to vote. We have also paid particular attention to persons with disabilities to ensure we have an inclusive election. Women, students, like student union leaders, and young female voters. From 1st of June, we have been engaging with them at the state level and at the local government level. We have had several sensitization programs, and we still have one that is ongoing with civil society groups. Apart from that, a credible register is like the syllabus. Without a credible register, you cannot run good election. The Commission started continuous voter registration exercise in August 2025, and for Osun, we ended in April. And after the registration exercise, we were able to have 512,628 cards, which we are currently distributing. 622 cards, which we are currently distributing. We started at the registration area centers and we continued at the local governments. For now, as of yesterday, we have distributed 406,180 cards, which represents 79.2% of the cards we are going to distribute. We started on 22nd, today is the last day, and we are optimistic many more registered voters will come up to pick their cards. We encourage the media to get involved with media accreditation, which closed on 2nd of August. And close to the election, we are going to get all the media accreditation cards, which we will distribute. We have been engaging with critical stakeholders. We have engaged with civil society groups, political parties, security agencies, the media, and we have had robust collaboration with them. On our own operational activities, if you look at the timetable and schedule of activities for the election, there are 13 activities. All the activities have been concluded, except campaign in public by political parties, which will end 24 hours to the election, and the conduct of the election itself. For all other activities, we have done everything we need to do. But we have our own internal operational activities for the election. We're recruiting, we have been training. In fact, another training is ongoing. Our last training is ongoing. We have what we call INEC Press. It's a portal through which we recruit. And, we recruit only people that are competent based on competence, neutrality, integrity, and professionalism. All the criteria are there. So we are having our last set of training now, which started today. In respect of our sensitive and non-sensitive materials, we received all the last batch of our non-sensitive materials middle of, first week of July. And we have all these materials in our local government offices. They are properly batched up to PU level. So if you say election is tomorrow, we have all the materials ready. For sensitive materials, we don't give out sensitive materials until days to the election. between Wednesday and Thursday next week, we'll be collecting these materials that are already safely deposited at the Central Bank Osogbo branch. They are already there and they are ready. We have identified all our racks. We're having quite a number of racks in Osun State. We're having 97 super racks. What we mean by super rack is that you have a very comfortable place that is big enough to accommodate more than one registration area. We're having 97 and we're having 105 centers. What do we call registration area centers? These centers are like camp, and we have these centers to camp election officials on the eve of election. When they get there, they do refresher training, they check all their materials, they have time to acclimatize with their environment so that they will know their polling units and be able to deploy very early on election day. On BVAS, we have them in sufficient quantities. They are already charged, they are configured, and we have gone ahead to do quality assurance tests on all these BVAS. You know, the BVAS will be used to accredit voters. It will check, it will confirm that your card is for that center, and it will accredit you using the facial or your biometrics. And it will also be used to upload results onto IREV. For BVAS, we are going to post registration area technical support staff to every registration area to attend to any issue that may come up on BVAS. But I'm very hopeful because we have done all the needful with respect to BVAS.
Okay, you've actually taken a lot of questions in one question, but then how confident are you that there will be no delay in commencement of the said election?
Okay, like I told you before, I'm not envisaging any form of delay. Okay. We have engaged with the transporters that will move men and material on election day. And like I explained to you, why we have registration area center, you know, in those days, people move from the local government offices to their polling units. But now, I mean, in several elections that we have held, we move from the registration area centers. And this registration area centers, you know, is a small area. Maybe you have some registration area centers with just 10 polling units, some with 15, you know. All the staff, ad hoc staff that will work in that center, we camp there. So there is no reason why poll will not open on time. I can assure you that on election day, we will deploy very early because we are ready.
Okay, a final question before you get back to your office. What lessons have you learned from the previous Osun State elections that you feel would help you for this particular election?
You know, I was not in Osun State. Yes. I just got to Osun State. But I can talk about other elections. Okay. I conducted the election in Ondo State. And one of the things that I promised people then was that INEC will wait for voters. Voters will not wait to INEC. We intend to replicate the same thing by having early deployment and early opening of poll. When poll open early, there will not be pressure. There will not be anxiety. And voters will have a good time at the polling units. They will not be stressed.
Okay. All right, on a final note, I know I said the final note before.
You can have a second final note.
Okay, we have remote communities in Osun State. Yes. How prepared are you for most of these remote communities? I hate to compare states because I was in Ekiti State for election and I saw how prepared they were, especially when it comes to getting network and getting the sensitive materials. How prepared are you for most of the remote?
So the issue of remote, I will address it from the area of transportation. I think that's what you're trying to ask. In May, we identified areas that may have issues with transportation.
Okay.
You know, we still have remote areas, farm settlements, where you may not be able to get a vehicle. So we have identified over 200 of such areas that we call places with difficult terrain. And we are providing alternative means of transportation to those places. There are some places you need to use motorcycles. We have identified them, and they will be provided motorcycles accordingly.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mrs. Babalola.
Thank you.
All right. We'll still see you around before the election.
That's fine.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Now you've heard directly from the horse's mouth, and now we can take a word to the bank. Hopefully, it's 8 days to election. Let's see what happens. Over to you in the studio.